What's up, YouTube? This is Vapor Function LA. Today, I'm doing a review on the TempTank by VapeConnexx. I'm rocking my own Delrin drip tip. Dip drip. I don't know what the fuck. Anyways, this tank is really good. It has a lot of airflow. Probably one of the most amounts of airflow I've ever had with only one single air hole. There's other tanks out there that are really good. They probably have almost the same amount of airflow, but this thing is huge. Alright, so it's got two airflow options on it. This is made out of 304 stainless steel. The machine quality is really good, is what I can see. There's no scratches, there's no burrs. I only had to rinse it out once. There wasn't any machine oil taste or anything. I would give this a grade probably out of 10. I would give it probably about 8.9 to, actually I take that back. I'll actually give this 9.5 because this is one of the best tanks I've ever had. I haven't had a tank that has blown my mind, so I can't really give it a 10. I'll give it a 9.5 because this tank is great. It holds a lot of juice. I think it holds 3.5 mils of juice, I believe. No, it holds 4.5 mils. This is the box it comes in. Comes with really good packaging. Has all the instructions on the back, all the features. Comes with two replaceable atomizers, and it comes with a drip tip. Drip tip is really good. Has really wide bore airflow. It's actually more than my Delrin drip tip that I'm using, but I like this Delrin drip tip because it doesn't get hot. The TempTank, they have their name TempTank engraved on it. It's pretty deep. The tank is really nice looking. Sits flush on most boxes that I've tried it on, or neck mods. Let me give it a little toot. I'm vaping this at 45 watts with 445 degrees Fahrenheit for the temperature control. I'm using the nickel build. It really has good flavor. The chimney inside is about the same size as your atomizer. Has a little bit of space inside for the juice to go into the channels. And then it goes, the atomizer is about this big, so you have this much chimney, and then the small spout that goes up to your drip tip. So when you vape, it's a real warm vape. It actually heats up the tank pretty hot, and that drip tip will get hot. So I'm using my Delrin drip tip. It has 3 adjustment airflows on the top. I have mine wide open. I have the bottom wide open because that's just how I like it. I like really airy vapes. I don't like really hot vapes. This is actually a juice I'm vaping right now. Is by Sweet Clouds Vapor. I'm vaping on Everlasting God Drops, so last thing I want is hot candy. And so far, so good. The juice I have in here, it's vaporizing, and it's a cool vapor because of the top air holes and the bottom air holes wide open. So it's really enjoyable. So I'm going to take it down to up close view, and I will be back in a minute. Alright, for the up close of this tank, this is the VapeConnexx TempTank. That's how the box looks. This tank says on the back they have a nickel wire, replaceable atomizer, they have single coil, and they have two different dual coil. The single coil and the dual coils, those are both Kenthal. I'm not sure, it doesn't really say. I think it's probably single coil or the nickel wire. Has basic instructions on the back how to fill. Every time you use a new atomizer, drip a small amount of e-liquid on the coil head. Hold the tank upside down and fill the e-liquid into the tank tube. Pay attention to not drip in the central part of the airflow tube. Otherwise, it's just going to come out your drip tip. Alright, so I'm going to open this up. Son of a bitch, I can't get this shit open. Let me see. Just cut my nails yesterday, so it's pretty hard to open up. Alright, so open this up. You have your temp tank right here. Open up the flap. You can see all the rest of the goodies inside. You have two atomizer coils that comes with, one extra Pyrex glass tank, two coils. One coil it comes with is the 0.25 dual coil 75 watt to 120 watt coil. It's got silicone mesh in there. It's got Japanese cotton inside. It has 4 airflows or juice flow channels inside of each one of these replaceable atomizers. This is the nickel 0.15 nickel wire 200 Ni 200. This one also has 4 big deep juice channels, and it also has 4 big airflow channels. Actually, my mistake. This has 6 juice channels. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the other one exactly the same. Alright, so this thing comes with a couple O-rings. I've got these scattered here and there in my box. Comes with 3 O-rings, one for the drip tip, and the other 2 are for the tank as well, probably to seal the bottom. Anyway, so it comes with a wide bore drip tip. Has really good machine work. This is the temp tank. It's got a little bit of water in it, so I'm sorry. Just rinsed it out, I was just using it. This thing's pretty cool. It's pretty revolutionary. It has, some of the tanks in the market has airflow for the drip tip, or drip tips have airflow as well. This one has it built in. There's 3 different airflow options that you can use. You just twist the top. So there's 1, 2, wide open, and the bottom has 4 different airflow options. So all you do is you twist the bottom, 1, and that's 2, 3, and 4, and back to 1. This thing's actually pretty airy, almost like the Kanger sub tank. Let me open this thing up. It's got identical tanks for them. They're both Pyrex glass, just in case one falls down when you're filling it, or you drop your tank and it cracks. Get a little bit of water off. Machine work is really awesome on this. They did a really good job. The threads are really smooth. This thing has a solid copper connection on the bottom, non-adjustable. They use Delrin insulators on the inside, and to protect the firing pin. They have silicone O-rings inside. They'll take care of the glass so it doesn't slip. Usually just press it in and it's not going to fall out. Installation for this tank is pretty simple. You just take the atomizer, screw it in, screws in real easy. Okay, where it's snug. And then set that bad boy down. Put that right there. Alright, I am going to juice this up. So I can show you guys how it vapes. This thing puts out pretty good clouds on the nickel build. It says right on the box in most tanks, as you know, fill from the side, do not drip in the middle, otherwise it's just going to come out straight out the bottom. Alright, so you're going to take your bottom half, you put it in, push down a little bit, and you're going to turn just until it gets pretty snug. You can feel the bottom piece tightening up on well, actually the top, but it's your bottom right now tightening up. You can feel it sucking the glass in. Open it up for the biggest airflow. That's what I like. I've actually already used this nickel atomizer, so I have no need to drip straight down into the coil. So I'm just gonna set this down real quick. I have my own personal drip tip for this. Alright, so the Temp tank, it comes with a wide bore drip tip. It looks really clean, but keep in mind it's sub-ohm and it's stainless steel, so it does get hot. So what I use for personal use, it's one of my favorite drip tips for tanks, is this Delrin drip tip. And I actually think it looks pretty clean for most of my tanks. Alright, so we're going to go back to FaceTime and I'm going to show you how it vapes. Alright, welcome back. Anyway, so from what I've looked at and what I've showed you guys, with this thing all broken down, it's pretty good. It has extra tank, that's really good. It comes with the extra coil, that's really good. And it comes with a drip tip, that's also really good, because most tanks out these days don't even have a drip tip. And the drip tip with this one, it's really wide, it's short. This one that I'm using right now is actually a little bit longer than the one that came with it. I invite you guys to check them out. You can check them out on VapeConnexxco.com. I believe that's their website. Or you can look them up on Instagram, VapeConnexx, and message them and ask them which ways you can purchase this, or what shops carry it, or if you want to pick one up, maybe you can pick one up from them. Anyway, so that's it for you guys. So like this video and help me out a lot if you guys subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.